everybody back home. This is Marty here, and today I have the privilege of sitting down with the St. Louis Champion Maverick. Maverick, thank you so much for joining me.
You're welcome.
And what everybody wants to know back home is, who is Maverick? Where does Maverick come from?
Well, I'm from a little place called Georgetown, Texas. I was raised by a single mother, also raised by my grandparents as well. I really didn't have, my biological father wasn't in my life ever. Where he left off, my grandfather stepped in, and he helped raise me a lot, and taught me how to be a man. And he was there for me, taking me to all my games, and took me to my first wrestling event and all that kind of stuff. I had a kind of rough childhood growing up, but through all the struggles and everything like that, I kind of persevered, and I'm where I'm at right now.
So your grandfather was a big influence in your life, and
huge influence in my life. I'd say he's definitely without a doubt my hero. He inspired me to do everything that I'm doing today. The man lived, he beat cancer. He was in multiple wars. He had 2 open heart surgeries. Anything that ever was thrown at him in life, he overcame, and he really taught me how to really persevere and be a man.
So it's safe to say that Maverick comes from tough stock.
I would say that's safe to say.
Well, you mentioned briefly that your grandfather took you to your sporting events. What sports did you play in high school, college?
Throughout my life, I was really big into basketball. I also played a little bit of football here and there, but at a certain point in high school, I knew that pro wrestling is what I wanted to pursue. We didn't have a wrestling team at my school at the time, and I think my junior year is when I really just I quit all sports, and I said I'm focusing solely on wrestling, and that's what I got into, and I started lifting a lot more weights and started just focusing on studying professional wrestling.
Where did your career begin? Where would you say you really feel like you learned a lot as a professional wrestler?
My training all began in San Antonio, Texas, at the Texas Wrestling Academy. I trained underneath Rudy Boy Gonzalez. I started my training there during my last semester in college, and it was tough. We trained in a warehouse with no AC, no fans or anything like that, and it was the middle of Texas summer, sweating our ass off every single day. It was tough. It was harder than anything I've ever been through. And Rudy Boy was a great coach. He's a great mentor, and he continues to be there for me today and do great things for me. But he helped open a lot of doors for me, and after about a year of being underneath him, that's when I went over to Japan. I created an opportunity for myself. I went over to Japan. I got to train at the Kaientai Dojo for a few months underneath Taka Michinoku and a lot of the different guys over there. So I got a lot of great experience my first year and a half in.
That's amazing, especially being able to go over to Japan and learn from the greats. I'm sure we can definitely see it in the ring, as you are very hard hitting, and that's something that all of our fans always mention, is how intense you are, and how sometimes it kind of looks like you might be a little upset whenever you're in the ring, but I guess that's just your intensity coming through.
I guess I got that resting pissed off face or something, because when I'm in the ring, that's when I'm the most happy. That's when I'm the most relaxed. That's when I feel zen. That's when I'm at my own. And so anyone who says that I look mad when I'm in the ring or anything like that, it's just the opposite. I know that's how it comes off, but that's my happy place.
So Maverick, you came here to NWL, and you came in and you made quite a splash, and you became the St. Louis champion. That's got to be a pretty big deal to you.
Yeah, it's a huge deal. I've been saying since day one. This has been my number one goal with the company coming in. So yeah, capturing the title, beating Todd Letterman, beating all the other guys, that was my main goal coming in.
It's almost like it's a little bittersweet, though. You won the title, and just a few days later, Major Bazin shook the wrestling world with the news of NWL St. Louis closing. Where's your head at with all these things going on? The future of NWL STL is in the air, but you are the St. Louis champion.
You are right. I am the St. Louis champion, but you say it's bittersweet. I say it's a bunch of BS. Major went out of his way, to not smarten anyone up, and decided one morning he was going to wake up and close down the whole company. I don't understand that, and I don't think I ever will. But I do know that there's a rebuilding process, and I don't know if, it's going to come back, NWL St. Louis or NWL Anarchy, NWL STL. It doesn't matter what they want to call it. The fact of the matter is I'm the champ. I'm the champ for a reason. I was put in this role for a reason. I bust my ass day in, day out to get to this level. You got a bunch of guys who like to harp about the old days, about St. Louis Anarchy, something that died. It died. It ceases to exist. But you got a couple of guys who seem to hold on to those memories and just hold on to it with everything they got, because those are the good days for them, because that's the highest level they're ever going to get to. You got guys like Gary J who want to sit there and talk about being champion for 800 days. 800 days for a company that ran every 3 months. Give me a break. What kind of accomplishment is that? Gary J is a skinny, fat J-brone. He doesn't hold a candle to me and what I'm capable of. Him and I shouldn't even be in the same damn conversation, but everybody wants to throw his name out there with mine. That's what gets me a little mad. And the fact of the matter is this: I hope that they open back St. Louis Anarchy so I can come in there and show them exactly who the daddy of anarchy is.
Well, thank you very much for sitting with me. I feel like we've gotten a little bit more about who Maverick is, and I wish you luck, and I'm sure you're going to be defending this championship with everything you've got.
Thank you.